starting off with X-Men 97, issue number 1, the Liefeld Blood foil variant, which is said to be limited to 300 copies. Don't know if it is, but man, people are really loving this Liefeld stuff, right? Lately.
Yeah. And from what I could tell, these are all signed. Is that correct?
I don't think they're all signed, but I could be wrong. I know he signed a bunch of them. Maybe they
All the
are
ones that
all are. I don't know.
Yeah, so like there was a couple different versions, but this foil one, it looked like they were all signed. I have literally no idea, where did this come from? Is this
Do you
from
really want to
directly
know?
from Liefeld?
Yeah, his Whatnot sales. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Whatnot book, so you know how that works, you guys. Tread carefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
This I have no idea what the buy-in on this was. But these are selling for $265 raw.
Wow.
That seems a bit absurd to me.
Yeah.
But
holy cow. That is a lot. What were they selling for on? I wonder what they were selling for.
Yeah, does anybody know what they sold for on
the sale?
On what it
Wow,
this
that's
is
weird.
Whatnot exclusive. I think other sellers got different colors.
80? They were selling for 80, says Joseph.
Okay. Well, they're now selling for 260.
Wow. Holy cow. Great come up on that one. Congrats to anybody who bought multiples. It's pretty interesting.
Is that Beast's arm and leg, or is that just his arm?
That's his arm and leg, but it does, Adam, or somebody said in the chat, Gambit's head looks like the floating head on this one. Is this a wraparound?
Looks like it.
Red Hood Comic donated $4.99. Succubus.
That's cool.
There we go. Not bad. Thanks, Red Hood. So, yeah,
Thanks,
Rob.
Spec Media donated $2. WHO's got bangers and mash.
There we go.
Supposed to say who's got bangers.
Not bad. Not bad.
That ain't Chat GPT.
Yeah. So, all right. Next book on the Almost 10 this week. I love this book, and I wish I could find one. Bionicle, issue number 1, the San Diego Comic-Con Collector's Edition variant. Is this an Ashley Wood variant?
Yes, Ashley Wood cover.
Ooh. And I love these Bionicle books. They're hard to find in good condition. Usually trash because they were kids' books.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
How many do you know how many of these there are?
I imagine not many, but I don't know. Let me take a look. Let's see if we can find maybe on Recall Comics.
While Brian's looking at that, this one sold for $300 raw this week. What is Bionic? I don't even know what it is.
It was like a Lego for older kids. It was Lego's like older kid book. You know what I mean?
Those don't look like Legos.
No, they don't. They're like for teenagers and shit, basically. Man, that's crazy. I don't know. It doesn't say anything that I can find. Limited to what? Hold on. No way. Let's see here. I don't know if this is right, but details. Comic-Con limited to 60,000.
What? That can't be right.
That's not right.
Limited to the entire print run of more than the other book.
Yeah, there's no way. But if anybody knows, I would love to know because it's a cool book and super tough to find. So, $300 raw. Was it in a decent condition?
I didn't even look at the condition.
Interesting.
It seemed so high that I was like, I just put it on there.
Yeah.
I didn't even didn't even pay attention.
Yeah. That's a cool book, man. Cool book. All right. They also, Brian's Comic Garage says, great Legos to flip when you get them cheap at garage sales and thrift stores. Yeah. Big fans of Bionicle out there.
Do you have to, when you flip Legos, do you have to have the original box and like not, and still like sealed in the little plastics inside the box? Or
I
do
don't
you
think
sell
so.
them like just
Loose?
loose?
Probably got to put it together, maybe. I don't know. So you see everything's there. That's a great question.
Yeah.
That is a great question. So, all right. Moving on to our first G.I. Joe book of the night. G.I. Joe, The Cobra Files, issue number 7, a Riley Rossmo 1 in 10 retailer incentive cover that is badass.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool. This one reminds me of that Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
There's I can't think of which one it is, but what is that cover?
I don't remember. It's a 1 in 25, right?
I can't remember. I just remember a big, huge snake or something like that that was on the cover. But yeah, if you can ride a snake, how awesome is that?
Have you guys seen
Lady
Dune
J.
2?
Not yet. No.
Oh, man.
Only Dune I've seen is the one from the 80s.
I won't spoil it.
Yeah, Lady J's
They all-
legs look a little weird, but it's still a great cover.
Well, I don't know. Let's ask Ben. Ben, let's get your expert opinion on proportions. What do you think?
The leg's a little long, unless, yeah. I'm assuming you're talking about the one on the ground or the person on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Either or.
Yeah, it might be, but I mean, long legs are supposed to be more attractive, right?
There you go.
Yeah, unless you're like, you're, what is that? Marching like a Nazi. That's what it looks like. She's
I got to
doing,
be honest,
right?
though. As a kid, I always looked at Lady J as like the non-attractive Joe, and I always thought that she probably was, a tomboy. Did you guys
Oh,
get
no
that
shit.
too? Yeah, Lady J was like the tomboy of the female G.I. Joe figures. You had the Baroness, who was the bitch. You had Scarlet, who was the one everybody wanted. You had Cover Girl, who was the cool chick that was into building cars. You had Jinx, who was the chick ninja, and then you had Lady J, who was the tomboy. And there was only 5 female G.I. Joes. I think there was only 5. Could be right. So, oh no, you had Zorana, right? Who was another nutcase. But anyways, G.I. Joe stuff. How much is this one selling for?
This one sold in VF near mint condition for $90.
Wow.
Damn, that's a big book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a
Holy-
lot of those retailer incentives on like those odd GI Joe titles are expensive. Like Ben's
hard-
got one. Ben's got one behind the Fuso is the artist, right? Fuso.
Yep.
So
Hmm.
he's got the
Yeah.
only 9.8 or
Interesting.
3 years running.
I got a 9.4.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one.
Brad Zeldin's on a good one tonight.
I got it. Okay, so this next G.I. Joe book, I think it's been on the Almost 10 before, or it might have been on a ghost list from Stein, but I totally geeked out when Josh Blaylock showed this on the industry show a few weeks ago. G.I. Joe America's Lead, issue number 36, the Devil's Due Publications Employee Edition, supposedly limited to 50, but Josh Blaylock said that he thinks there's less than 30 of them out there. And he didn't even know about this book.
No.
It was the final issue that Devil's Due did for G.I. Joe. And one of these sold this week, a CGC 9.8, for $3,000, $162.
Wow.
This
And
might
Bryan,
be
let
the
me add-
rarest
let me
GI
add
Joe
real
book
quick.
ever.
Let me add real quick. I went back and watched that show, that Rewind. What a great show, man.
Oh yeah, Josh Blaylock's
Ye-
awesome.
No, I mean, yeah, of course, but you guys are just getting better and better.
Yeah, it's a fun
That
show.
show's amazing. Hell yeah.
Yeah. But man, this might be the rarest GI Joe comic book ever. I can't think of anyone more rare.
Do you guys like it? You like the cover?
I'm not a super fan of the cover, but I like it
It's
for
a
what it
shitty
is.
cover.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just a super rare book that they only gave to employees, at Devil's Due. And the
that
owner,
comic succubuses.
yeah, the owner of Devil's Due didn't even know it was made. So I love that
Yeah.
story. Yeah. Yeah. Not the greatest cover, but super rare. And G.I. Joe collectors are going to be looking for this.
Now, if it was a McFarlane shit, it'd be one sold for $500,000.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah. Or Michael Turner, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Is that like Heisenberg over in the corner?
No shit.
my
right?
No,
God.
that's Josh Blaylock.
Looks like Heisenberg, bro. Nice call.
That's Blaylock right there. Yeah.
Is that the
The
first
little
appearance?
fedora.
Heisenberg?
Might be. So, but very interesting book. All right, moving on. Super Seaman Sloppy. Super Seaman Sloppy from 1942.
No way, bro.
Let me answer it for Ben. So this just missed the blow list.
Bro, that's got to be a blow book, dude.
It's a
Dude,
different
this
kind
is
of
what do
blow
you call
book.
a haiku?
I couldn't decide.
It hits a whoa, it hits a blow, and it's a
And he gets
almost
a
10?
blow. Never gives a blow.
Bro. Super Seaman Sloppy, bro.
Oh,
Dude, that sounds like a porn movie, dude.
Look at his tattoo on his chest. AB. I wonder what that is.
Aryan
So,
brotherhood.
Well,
so
not
this,
back then.
This is this is the cover. It's a weird. This was like I think it was like a giveaway or something like that back in the 40s. I mean, this was wartime. I mean, what?
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. But
Chad Cave says next book, please.
I don't even know what's inside the book.
Hey, she wanted my Super Seaman Sloppy, bro.
Sticky pages. That's what's inside.
She gave me a succubus.
But this sold for $220 raw, and I think it's probably only like 6 pages, maybe 8 pages.
What?
Super Seaman Sloppy, Part 2.
Bro, this is nuts. That is crazy.
Revenge of the Succubus.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well-
you guys are all going to be looking for it. I know.
Bro, I gotta get it, dude. Just principle now, dude.
Not bad. Moving on. Marvel Adventures Spider-Man issue number 59, a Scotty Young cover from 2010. If you guys have been following Scotty Young on IG, you've been getting a lot of free cornbread from him lately as he's going through a lot of his early covers on there. He's been showing some early Iron Man covers he did and some good books, but this is one I've never seen.
Yeah, I didn't even realize because like it looks like Scotty Young, but then it's not like the baby covers. So I was like, what is it? Like maybe
gotta
somebody
be
like
Scotty
knocked
Young.
out-
He did a few of these. We showed him on Long Story Short, like sneaky Scotty Young books.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, I can't believe that there's that many of these out there.
Nah, they were low printed, so
Yeah, I mean, issue 59. I'll be honest, I had no idea that title went 59 issues. I thought it stopped at like 12.
Is he done doing the baby books? Is that what he's saying? Is that why he did the big, huge
What?
final?
Well, you heard that?
I don't know. Your boy Alien says no more babies. I don't know if that's what that is.
Huh.
I mean, I would love to see him do some fun titles because some of his stuff that is not the baby stuff is really cool to look at. It's very interesting. So I would like to see him do some other stuff.
Yeah.
This one is it's a $35 book.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah, so hit up your back issue bins for this one. I would have not thought to look for this one at all.
Nope.
Ben, you think there's a newsstand?
On a Marvel Adventures?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Interesting. Let me turn my phone off. I always forget to do that. There we go. All right. How much is this selling for again?
$35. This is just a regular cover too. This is not a variant or anything like that.
I love it.
Just issue 59.
Not bad.
Hell yeah.
Not bad. All right, moving on. White Boat, a new distillery title. This is issue number 1. It is the Francisco Francavilla undressed variant, which is basically their word for virgin, which I like that they're using undressed instead of virgin. That's kind of interesting. No trade dress,
too.
undressed.
I like it. I like it.
And yeah, pretty interesting. It was a 1 per store or a thank you or something like that.
Yeah, the listing that I saw, or there was actually 2 different sales. They're both for like $50 on this. One of them had a letter from the publisher that said, "Thank you for your support." This is, and it's like a whole letter that came with the book. So
That's
I don't
cool.
really know. Yeah, I don't really know how. I'm sure some retailer will let us know. But yeah, I don't really know how this one was distributed, but I always like cool Francavilla books like this. Anyway, they just have a weird look to them.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah. Francavilla is a great artist. One of the best in comics, that's for sure. I wish, like we all do, that Joker book would have came out, but
What Joker
unfortunately. The Francavilla one.
Oh,
Was
okay.
no, it was Albuquerque that did that one. Sorry. It's not
Okay.
Francavilla, it was Albuquerque. My
I know.
apologies. Yeah. So, all right. How much is this selling for?
$50.
Wow. Just came out?
Yeah. I think there's several different variants for this. These are all oversized, right? These distillery books.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can see the binding. It looks like a kid's book binding.
They're like magazine size. Here's all the variants. That's it's wraparound. There's the undressed. There's a Kelly Jones. They're all wraparound, so I like that. Here's another
me too.
Albuquerque. Mizuno. I like that. That's cool. Who's this? Valerio.
Man, that was a big D.
Yeah. And it just keeps going. I mean, there's a lot of variants for it. Stegman. This is a blank sketch. This is the undressed.
What'd you say, Ben? That was a big D.
So, I don't know, man. There's a lot of variants for this. This one's, what is that? Members only. What the hell?
Ooh.
They running up OnlyFans over there for comics? So,
Hey.
there you go. Interesting. All right. Moving on. Wait, how much is this selling for again? 50?
50.
50. Moving on. Zombies vs. Cheerleaders, issue number 4, a Dean Yeagle variant from Moonstone. A lot of big Dean Yeagle fans out there.
Yeah, this one's pretty hard to find. It's a B cover, I believe, or C cover or something like that. What was that other Moonstone that came that had some really big sales here, like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago? You remember it was like, gosh, I can't remember what it is. Yeah, there was another Moonstone book that we talked about that had some pretty good sales, but a CGC 9.6 of this, which is the first graded sale that's ever happened for this book. So for $130 for 9.6.
I like this. It's cool, different.
I think that was Tony's book.
Valkyrie. Was it Valkyrie?
That was
The Moonstone book you're talking
Blue
about?
Green. Blue
Maybe.
Green.
Yeah, I think it might have been Valkyrie.
Is that your book, Blue Green?
Blue Green's got some ghosts.
He's a big Yeagle fan. I know that.
He's got good taste.
Yeah. How much did it sell for?
CGC 9.6, $130.
There you go. Not bad.
Yeah, Yeagle has got the same kind of vibe as like Bruce Timm. It's kind of got that same kind of cartoony, but with weird body positions and stuff like that. But it's like appealing somehow.
Yeah. It's interesting. I love how she's kicking off the zombie's head. So, moving on. Oh, I love this one. And I hope it's the right book. Witchblade issue number 125, the Pachalo cover B variant. He did like 3 variants for this. And I know you originally said cover C, but I think this might have been it because the cover C wasn't a Bacalo.
No, this is not the right one.
All right,
it says cover C on the book.
Oh, okay. All right, let me bring up the one you're talking about. But this one right here is just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful.
But it's a similar pose to this. Like there's a headless person on it. It's the A cover, but it's different.
Oh, it's the A cover. It's this one right here. The cover D wraparound.
Yeah, that's actually cover C.
Oh.
Like if you pull like a blow up, it says cover C on the under 125. It says cover C.
Wow.
So yeah. So it's slightly different than the cover A, but it's pretty much the same picture or the same, but just like the coloring's a little different, and it's more of a like they took the trade dress down.
Yeah.
On it.
You mean like they took stuff off of it?
See, the trade dress on the original's got a big white.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's got a band on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they use
so this one, I think this one looks a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. It's good, but man, if they didn't put that trade dress in it, it would have been great for this one. But that being said, how much is this one selling for?
This is a $50 book.
Wow.
No way.
Yep.
Not bad.
Who's the artist?
Bacalo.
Townsend? I think it's Townsend. I think they might got it wrong because doesn't say Townsend on it? Right
my comic shop says.
Oh, it is Bacalo.
Is it Bacalo? Bacalo?
Yeah, because it's the same cover as the A cover.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, it's just slightly different. But
yeah,
I like it.
Yep, you're right. Man, good stuff.
Perfect, almost $10.
Yep. So
there's some really good Witchblade covers out there.
Oh
like,
yeah,
really good.
Michael Turner, right?
Oh yeah, Turner.
Yeah, the early stuff
John
was
Tyler
Turner.
Christopher, Silvestri, Sejic, Chris Bacalo.
I don't know if McFarlane ever did a Witchblade cover.
No. So, all right, moving on. Pop Gun War, issue number 3 from Absence of Ink. I don't know anything about this book, but that is a cool cover. And they have, I think there's like 5 or 6 issues total for this book.
Yeah, I thought the cover was really good too. I don't really know what the story's about, but I do like the cover.
Yeah.
A lot. It's very simple, but I don't know, it like depicts like an emotion or something that you can't really put your finger on.
Yeah.
This sold for $150.
Wow.
And there were several of these other Pop Gun War issues that sold this week. So somebody must have been trying to buy them all. I don't really know much about this at all. And it's from 2002. So it's 20 some years ago.
Wow.
Anybody know anything? Anybody in the chat ever heard of this before?
I know nothing. I'm never, and I looked for more information. I couldn't find anything on it in time, but that's interesting. Wow. Be on the lookout.
Yeah. I don't know even, I would like to, I'm interested. I guess I probably should have looked, like a lot of these really obscure books, a lot of them are sold like regionally, like wherever the artist is from. I probably should have looked to see where this, creator is from.
I mean, for 2002, that looks like some big time ahead of your time art or concept, at least. It's pretty cool.
So
yeah.
All right, moving on. Insane Clown Posse. I hope this is the right one. The Ups and Downs of Wicked Clowns, issue number 1.
As soon as it pops up on the screen, because it's delayed. Yes, that is correct. And this is on here just for Bryan, because I know how big of an Insane Clown Posse fan he is.
Hell yeah. You don't like him, Bryan? I thought you did.
I grew up, the first job I ever had, paying job that I actually had taxes taken out, was I worked in a fly-by-night telemarketing place that I thought, we were 15. We didn't know they weren't on the up and up. But the owner of the telemarketing, that he owned a bunch of telemarketing places, was like their manager. And it was like 1995 or 94. And he threw us a tape and he goes, check out these guys from Detroit, man. And we were like, what the fuck is this? And
how old were you?
14 or 15.
I was a senior.
Yeah. So it was crazy. And then, but that being said, by him doing that, that's how I found out about Eminem and Kid Rock before anybody really. I mean, Kid Rock had an album out where he looked like Too Short produced, but it was garbage, and he didn't do any of his rock stuff. But the guy was also friends with another band called the War Horse Movement or something like that. The something horse movement. And I asked them, they were hanging out in town one day after a show, and I asked them, I go, are there any other like good rappers in Detroit? And they go, check out this guy, Kid Rock, and this new guy that's coming up, Eminem. And Eminem hadn't had anything out yet. And the only thing that you could hear him on was they had a Kid Rock demo where he was rapping on a Kid Rock song. And you couldn't find anything about him. Yeah.
Was he Eminem then with the E, or was he Marshall Mathers?
He was Eminem with an E, but he was Kid Rock wasn't garbage. That Kid Rock cowboy
really good
album, fucking awesome. And he put on one of the best shows I've ever seen. I saw Kid Rock the week that album released, that first album that blew up. But this was like almost a half a year before it blew up, because it took time for it to blow up. I saw him a week before that album released, and he played at a place called The Heat, I think. And there was like 5 people in the audience, and we went in, we sat down at the bar, and I'm talking to this guy next to me, and it's fucking Kid Rock, dude. He's sitting there with a full fur coat. It's fucking Arizona in the summer. He's got a full fur coat on. He's drinking a beer, and we're just shooting the shit. And I didn't know, what Kid Rock looked like. And then all of a sudden the show gets to start, and he comes out in a same full fur coat. He's got that little midget with him, and he played every single instrument on every single song. He played a different instrument. He played
Very
drums.
talented.
He played guitar. He played bass. He sang. He got in between on the DJ booth. It was one of the best shows I ever seen, man. There's like 5 people there. It was crazy. It was nuts.
I saw him in 2011 at Coachella. He was,
Yeah.
and I was sober. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, he puts on a good show. He puts
Super
on a
talented.
good show. So, but some of these Insane Clown Posse comics, they sell for a decent amount. They all came with CDs, singles in them too, I think. Like they were polybagged with CDs in them. So, yeah. Very interesting.
Well, this one hit an all-time high this week. A CGC 9.8 of this sold for $275.
Wow.
Honestly, dude, is this book overprinted? I never seen this, because if it's not, I think I would pay up to $275 for a
Old school Chaos Comics, Brian Pulido. If you guys haven't heard the story of Brian Pulido and Insane Clown Posse, you can find that in an old Beyond Wednesday show where Brian Pulido talks about it.
The cover's sick.
Yeah. Yep. Did McFarlane do an ICP cover? I feel like somebody really famous did an ICP cover, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Usagi Yojimbo the Crow, issue number 2, the Mitsuhiro 1 in 40, which we talked about the other night. And I feel like this was on the Hot 10 at one point, was it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ben, you're gonna start having to charge the creators some money for all this promotion. It keeps coming up.
Yeah, this one. So this one was like, I think out of the gate, it was like $100 book.
Yeah.
And then it pretty much like dried up. Like there are no, I don't even think there's any copies for sale right now.
Yeah.
But this week there was one copy that was at auction, and again, the other copies prior to this sold for like around 100. That one at auction, which was the last one available for sale, sold for 400
raw.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. And there's another 1 in 40 coming out for issue number 3 for another character. So might be worth, trying to find it.
This is like the red band 1 in 25 effect for Stan Sakai's Yosagi 1 in 10. Or 1 in 40s, I should say. 1 in 40s.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any store. Now, I haven't been to a store for a while, but I can't believe that there would be any store around me that would order 40 copies.
Who in the fuck is ordering
of Usagi Yojimbo? I just literally can't think of any store within 75 miles of me that would order that many copies of this.
I love the character, I love the story, love Stan Sakai, but no way. You're right. That's a good call.
Yeah. Crazy. All right, moving on. Rich number 1, a JSC cover that is super rare, I imagine, because it's a Kickstarter variant from this year, which is interesting. I've never even heard of this. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
Nope. How this one slipped through the cracks, I don't know. I didn't hear anybody saying, hey, you need to go buy this Campbell. How often does Campbell do Kickstarter covers? Probably not very often.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now it is a dude, so that is detracting probably from it. I have no idea what this book's about. I just saw there was one that sold. It must have just like people must have just got these in hand. I would think. But this sold for 300. Is this one of the rarest Campbell books out there, though?
Not yet.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to find out.
We'll find out in a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric said he got 5
Yeah.
of these.
Is there more than 380?
That's a good question. But I will say, if you're talking rare Campbells, probably the rarest ones I know of are those Elephant Men.
And the
ones
ant
that he
one.
did.
That ant
those
ruby foil.
Yeah, those are silly rare, but this one I don't know. I guess you could probably try and figure out how many of these were made.
I want this. Just because it says rich on the top.
Because it says rich.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you guys, Kickstarter books and indie crowdfunding books are becoming major players in the secondary market for comic book sales, and this is one of them. And how much did you say it sold for? 300?
Yep. And I could see a lot of these creator owned Kickstarter. I mean, you see the paper film stuff. Obviously Polito always does Kickstarter stuff. But picking up some of these more well-known artists and getting them to do these variants that are going to be just stupid rare.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't really bring it up, but I mean, I bought that Werewolf Frankenstein Razov variant that I literally have never seen for sale ever. I mean, is there 50 of them? 75? I mean, there can't be many of them at all.
Totally agree. Strong take. We got to clip that. Seriously. I totally agree with you.
Well, I have one more book for the Almost 10 that goes along with what we're talking about with this. Another Kickstarter book. I don't know what sales are on it because it just started getting sent to people this week. And you guys know I am a huge fan of the old school Hall of Heroes, Matt Martin, Trent Kuniga, Ethan Van Sciver, back in the day, in the early 90s. I collect all those. And Matt Martin's Snowman was one of my favorites back in the day, as you can see. I have my Snowman books. There's issue number 1 with a EVS cover, I believe, and issue number 2, as you can see there. This is a new one that came out from a Kickstarter that they did, which is super cool, at All Caps Comics. People are starting to get them in the mail, and this has one of the most beautiful chromium covers I've ever seen. And for all the people out there who are fans of Matt Martin's work and the old Snowman and Hall of Heroes stuff, make sure you guys go check this out. Really, really cool story. I love how EVS kind of, did whatever he could to get Matt to, do more of the story. And it's a big Kickstarter book. They have all these cool variants.
Bryan, can I ask you something real quick?
Uh-huh.
If for somebody who is new to Kickstarters, or how do you go about it? Is it just one set price? Do you donate? How does it work?
So it basically, you have different tiers to buy in on. This one of the tiers was you could get all 5 variants for $100, so $20 a piece. Yeah. And it also sent you, I think, like a reprint of issue number 1. I can't remember, but there's also, certain ones where you could buy, one-offs and stuff like that. But yeah, this was absolutely gorgeous chromium stuff. And if you guys have a love for the old school chromium variants, then you guys need to check out what Ethan is doing, because he is one of the only people that is using that printer that put out those old school chromium books, and they're super expensive to print. So that's why comic books publishers don't do it anymore. So only crowdfunding guys are usually using it. So, but yeah, these Snowman books are coming out now. People are starting to get them in the hand, and a real shot back in history and comicdom for, the Hall of Heroes stuff, which I absolutely love. So this is issue number 1 with an old school EVS cover. And I love collecting those. So be on the lookout for the Snowman, A Cold Day in Hell stuff. Should be showing up in your guys' mailboxes or on eBay soon, because I know some people will be definitely putting these up, those old school Snowman books. And I mean, just look at some of the books like that Fuzzy Buzzard and Friend books, which sells for, $1,000, $500 raw and bad condition. But yeah, I love Kickstarter. I love what people are doing on crowdfunded stuff. Shout out to, of course, Coffin Comics, who kills it, absolutely kills it. This was on, what was this on? This was on Indiegogo, I believe. Yeah, Indiegogo. So there's Indiegogo, there's Kickstarter, there's a couple other ones. But yeah, Indiegogo and Kickstarter are the two that you might want to keep an eye out on. But yeah, man, I love this stuff. Make sure you guys check it out. And hopefully there's some old school fans of Matt Martin out there that are loving some of the new stuff. So very cool.